For somewhere around 6 million years, Homo sapiens have been roaming the Earth. Now, the exact point in which the deterioration of the environment began is widely debated. Some say it was the start of agriculture 11,000 years ago. Others say it was due to the nuclear era in 1945. The most common answer is the Industrial Revolution of the 19th century. Regardless of the timeline, our Earth is deteriorating at an unstable rate. The top concerns at the moment are global warming, air pollution, deforestation, and food and water insecurity. Global warming is the most common concern as of late. Earth.org states that the last time carbon dioxide levels on our planet were as high as they are today was more than 4 million years ago. This is caused by many things, but most impacted by fossil fuels and the emission of greenhouse gases. Global warming has caused forest fires, decimating crops, and melting ice caps in Antarctica. These devastations have resulted in increased deforestation and mass extinctions due to lack of habitable land. We have passed the point of no return. It is predicted that even if all greenhouse gas emissions were halted immediately, global temperatures would continue to rise in the coming years. A direct cause of global warming is air pollution. However, there are more effects. The World Health Organization shows that an estimated 4.2 to 7 million people die from air pollution worldwide every year, and that 9 out of 10 people breathe the air that contains high levels of pollutants. In current times, with COVID-19 being an airborne viral illness that causes lung issues among other side effects, the human population cannot handle poor air quality. Deforestation is especially devastating, seeing as forests and plants are our only natural solution for carbon sequestration. Every hour, forests the size of 300 football fields are cut down. At this current rate, it is predicted that by the year 2030, the planet might have only 10% of its forests. If deforestation isn't stopped, they could all be gone in less than 100 years. Besides their contribution to improving air quality, forests are also responsible for preventing soil erosion. Without their roots protecting the soil, we are at a high risk for landslides. Due to the previously mentioned concerns and many other factors, there is a large unease about food and water insecurity. Over 68 billion tons of topsoil is eroded every year, and this rate is only increasing. Without this topsoil naturally replenishing, farmers are forced to use biocides and fertilizers that run downstream and contaminate drinking water in protected areas. Soil compaction, loss of fertility, and surface crust formation can be directly tracked to overtilling. Loose soil like this is meant to be protected by trees and forests. However, deforestation and overtilling leaves this soil vulnerable, worsening topsoil erosion. Without viable soil, farmers will not be able to grow the food we need to survive, and water will continue to be polluted. In addition to many other factors, the arts and modern literature is just another cog in the machine of current global deterioration. Chemicals from art materials and the production of them can add to air and water pollution. Paper products used for books adds to the need for more wood and contributes to deforestation. Costumes and props for live performances add to fast fashion and textile waste. Physical artwork can create environmental problems in many different forms. Solvents and thinners, among other chemicals used in artwork, add to air pollution, putting human health at risk. Glass artwork uses non-renewable energy to create and contributes to global warming. And at the end, when the artwork is already created and you think that the damage is already done, these pieces need to be transported to the customer. They will either be shipped by road or air, both generating greenhouse gas emissions. On average, one tree can produce enough paper for only 62.5 books. It is estimated that over 400,000 books are published every day. That is over 6,400 trees cut down every day, just for book manufacturing. 2.4 million per year. In addition to that, 30 million trees are cut down to produce textbooks every year. This is not including regular paper or the production of newspapers. In addition to the massive amounts of deforestation books require, large amounts of fossil fuels and water are used to manufacture them. Producing one book consumes 2 kilowatt hours of fossil fuels and 2 gallons of water. Book publishing industries consume over 153 billion gallons of water each year, and the production of ink releases volatile organic compounds into the atmosphere. And then there is the transportation factor, adding to the burning of fossil fuels. In addition, despite popular belief, ebooks are not much better in the way of air population and energy consumption. One e-reader consumes approximately 100 kilowatt hours of fossil fuels and produces more than 65 pounds of carbon dioxide. In the theater industry, props, sets, and costumes are rarely reused. This is when we get into the topic of fast fashion and textile waste. The global demand for fashion and clothing has risen at an unprecedented rate that the fashion industry now accounts for 10% of our global carbon emissions. When discarded, textile waste ends up in landfills and are non-biodegradable, polluting land and waters. Despite their contributions to the deterioration of the environment, the arts have also opened the eyes of so many to these issues through their final product. There are many books, paintings, plays, movies, and other artwork that spread crucial educational messages of the state of our world and where it is leading if changes are not made. So, the real question is, does the good outweigh the bad?